Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our quarterly power rankings. We are 5 weeks in and raring to go. Well, some are sputtering. It has been a terrific start to the season. A lot of injuries, a lot of IR stints, and absolutely no tight ends on the market. All that combining for a heck of a fantasy football season. You're here, I'm here. Let's get down into the season. We're moving on to number 12. Starting off in our 12th spot, Gino, the Blackout King, at a record of 1-4. 521 points through 5 weeks, one egg, and a complete trade rape. And still in last place, folks. First off, Kyle Pitts for Cooper Kupp. Worst trade in years, and I witnessed the fantasy baseball trade in 22. Tough look. Bijan, not himself. Zay Flowers begging for the ball, and his best player is Brock Bowers. 12th place is a good look for the guy who had to drag himself to do an egg challenge. Tough look. Gino does have a pretty good matchup this week versus Marty, and it's going to come down to the wire. So he's doing the best he can, all right? Let's give him some slack. At least while his team is in the dumps, he can watch his favorite dynasty, the Patriots. Oh, wait, they are stinking too? Uh-oh.
Number 11, Patty, record of 2-3. CMC injury is why Pat is here. Told him to take Jordan Mason, didn't listen, and the 11th place is where he ends up. This man did just win big versus Andy, so he's riding high going into his matchup versus Dan. But with Nico Collins out too, now it is a tough team to look at and find hope for the playoffs in. I may have just thrown up in my mouth. Sorry about that.
Number 10, Bryce, 1-4. Team Bryce has been dealing with a lot of injuries, and I think his team is on the mend. Joe Mixon back, AR-15. Let's talk about all those college showing off, showing their guns. AR-15, a good person to have on your team. And more are looking to get back on the playing field, which should help his chances this week and securing those W's on the way to the playoffs. If he makes changes and subs like everyone except OJ, he may pull out the dub this week versus Alex in what may be the Egg Bowl. Number 9, Alex at 1-4. This may be the Egg Bowl right here with two teams 1-4 dueling it out. I don't even think Todd has a bad roster. CJ Stroud, Alvin Kamara, CD, JSN, and now Kareem Hunt. The worst pick of all, Mark Andrews, is on his mind for sure. But I think Alex is in for the long haul to get the playoffs. Maybe a 500 record would be a big win for him after a 1-4 start. Alex by 7.5 today in a big under matchup. Number 8, Corbin at 2-3. Will Lamar Jackson put the team on his back and bring Corb to the promised land? No, absolutely not. But unfortunately, Jerome Ford, Romeo Doubs, Josh Downs will not pull the rest of the weight to get you there. Gibbs, Godwin are building pieces, but I see Corb sticking at 8 for the rest of the season until someone trade rapes this man and he goes down to 11, or a trade finally works out in his favor for him and he pulls himself and puts himself in contention. Let's find out next week on what Corbin will do. Is this man winning games with Daniel Jones as his quarterback? Number 7, Marty, 3-2 record. Yes, he is. Will it continue? Probably not. Marty's team is a lot of big plays and not always good for the team. DJ Moore, Mike Evans are my faves on this team, and he does have an injured A.J. Brown on the bench. So I'm waiting for a full consensus and guess on this team to make the playoffs or not make the playoffs. Other than that, the bench, not much there to talk about. He does have number 12 Gino this week, so I wonder if Gino will just give it up to him and let Marty by with an easy win. Marty by 5.5. Stay tuned.
But first, a word from our sponsor. Marcel?
Thanks so much for our sponsored partner, Betting Zoo, for supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. Always have a great time doing these promo videos for all you. Betting Zoo, appreciate you. Letting you know, Betting Zoo has got the slots on the app. You go now, you can end up like this guy in this next video. Wins a boatload of money, shows it off, doesn't show how much he lost, always show your winnings. Betting Zoo. Number 6, Danny at 3-2. Team is decent. A little above average, but it could just because of Jaden Daniels. Jaden right now is the second best quarterback in fantasy football. He has done amazingly. Good for him. Should the Bears have taken Jaden over Caleb? Absolutely not. Maybe Cole says otherwise. Cole probably wants Justin Fields still on that roster. Give it up, Cole. Jaden has done extraordinary. I will give it up for him. Team Danny has kept him winning these games because of Jaden. Amon-Ra, Marv, and he's got all the 2018 All-Stars. Devontae Adams, Travis Kelce, Keenan Allen, Raheem Mostert. Wow, it's like he could win the league in 2018 if he had this team. In a matchup versus Pat this week, I see Dan winning comfortably. Give me Dan 18.5, largest margin this week. In the matchup of the week, we have number 5, Z-Tob versus number 4, OJ. OJ's coming in with a great record of 4-1. Z coming in at 2-3. The real question remains, will OJ actually set a lineup this week, or will he forget? Let's talk about Z-Tob first. Kyler, Brees, Travis Etienne, Malik Neighbors, and Debo are a great group of players, but a lot depends on their teams. Jets right now are a train wreck. Jags just pulled out a win to not go defeated 0-4. Malik has a concussion. Zub has eyes for the playoffs, and a win will go a long way to make that happen. And L will make it that much harder of a climb for Zub to try and get out of. OJ, a lot of injuries, but this man is still rostering Deshaun Watson. Yikes. Joe Burrow, Jaden Reed, Kyle Pitts. Just doesn't do it for me. But 4-1 record does it for me. He's done something to get these wins. We may have to open up a collusion case if it continues. Let's see who wins this week in the matchup of the week. Number 3, me, Andy. 3-2 record. In need of a win this week. Does not look like it's coming soon with injuries and bye weeks coming against Zoe. Scratch an L on me already, and let's get it on to the week after. Bring me back to 500. Dak is coming back, but doesn't look as usual. Kenneth Walker's doing great, but Cortland Sutton, trash. Achane, trash with Tua out. Justin Fields, trash. Yes, I said it. Team number 2, Zoe, 4-1 record. Zoe may have a hold on this league with going from team auto draft and almost winning to team top 2. Jordan Love, Saquon, Diggs, Kyron, a good squad, and it's showing. He takes his talents against me this week. Should be an easy W. Give me Zoe by 12.5, unfortunately. And, of course, number 1 team in the league, Jerry, at 4-1. Mr. Negative is looking like Mr. Positive on top of this leaderboard. Josh Allen, Derrick Henry, Jordan Mason for now. And Drake London has his team looking good. Tyreek on the bench, waiting for Tua to come back from his counts. And it's, I think, 6 concussions this man has for Tua. Jerry takes on Corbin this week, who could be a trap game, but Jerry has his sights on the playoffs, and Corbin has his sights on the NC Hurricane. So give me Corbin for the upset for all the Hurricane survivors, and let's get into the week, and we will see you at the midway point for Power Rankings number 2.
Fuck you all.